Today we are learning quantum numbers. As we know that if there are two houses in the same country, same state, same city, but still they will have different addresses. In the same way, according to Pauli's exclusion principle, in an atom or molecule, no two electrons can have the four electronic quantum numbers same. We know that in an atom, the nucleus is at the center and it is surrounded by the electrons. Electrons revolve around the nucleus in different energy shells. Hence, quantum number helps to locate the position of electron. It also helps to understand the concept of orbitals. That means in which orbital the electron is placed. It also helps to understand the electronic configuration of an atom. And finally, it helps to understand how the element is placed in the periodic table. Hence, there is a great need to study quantum numbers. There are total 4 sets of quantum numbers. Let us understand the first one, that is the principal quantum number. It is denoted by the small letter n and it describes the principal shell or energy level in which the electron is placed. It is always a positive integer and it starts from the value 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. All electrons in the same shell have same principal quantum number. Remember that the value of principal quantum number cannot be 0 as there is no possibility of the 0th shell. Let us understand with the help of an example of sodium. Sodium have the atomic number 11, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. 1s2 indicates the two electrons are in the first shell. 2s2, 2p6 indicates that all 8 electrons are in the second shell. And 3s1 indicates the last electron is in the third shell. Now as in the second case, all 8 electrons are placed in the second shell, but we don't know whether it is in s orbital or p orbital. So this can be explained with the help of second quantum number, that is azimuthal quantum number. It is denoted by the small letter L and it describes the subshell or orbital in which the electron is placed. It has the value starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n-1 where n is the principal quantum number. Let us understand with the help of a table. If the value of n is 1, the L will have n-1 that is 0. Hence it describes s orbital. That means electron is placed in the s orbital. If the value of n is 2, L will have 0 and 1. That means electron can be in 2s or 2p orbital. Understand that if the value of n is 2, that means it can be 2s or 2p. And 0 stands for s and 1 stands for p. In the same way, if the value of n is 3, that indicates 0, 1, 2. That means s orbital, p orbital or d orbital. Finally, when the value of n is 4, L can be 0, 1, 2 and 3. That is s orbital, p orbital, d orbital or f orbital. Now we know that if the value of n is 4, that means the electron is in the fourth shell and accordingly the electron can be in s orbital, p orbital, d orbital or f orbital. Now let us understand how the principal and azimuthal quantum number helps to understand the periodic table. In the periodic table, as we can see that there are 4 blocks: S block, P block, D block and F block. When the value of L is 0, the element is placed in the S block. If the value of L is 1, the element is placed in P block. In the similar manner, 2 stands for D block and 3 stands for F block. That means when the last electron enters into the s orbital, the element is placed in the s block. If the last electron enters into the p orbital, the element is placed in the p block, and so on. We can see that when we move from top to bottom in the periodic table, the number of shells or energy levels are increasing. For example, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and so on. As we move from left to right, the electrons are entered into the same shell. For example, 3d1, 3d2, 3d3, 3d4. That means electrons are continuously added into the third shell. Now as in the last case, we have seen that when the value of n is 4 and the value of L is 0, 1, 2, 3, that means it can be in f orbital also, and there are total 7 f orbitals, but still we don't know in which f orbital the electron is placed. Hence this can be explained with the help of next quantum number, that is magnetic quantum number. It is denoted by small letter ml and it describes the orientation in space. ml will have the values from -L to +L through 0, where L is the azimuthal quantum number. So total orientations will be 2L plus 1. Let us understand with the help of examples. If the value of L is 0, total orientations become 2L plus 1, that is 1, and ML will have only one orientation, that is 0, and 0 stands for s orbital, and hence there is only one s orbital. If the value of L is 1, total orientations becomes 3. So ML will have -L to +L, that is -1 to +1, that is -1, 0 and 1. It stands for Px, Py and Pz. So there are total 3 p orbitals. Px stands for the p orbital is along x-axis. Py stands for that is the lobes of the p orbital are along y-axis, and so on. Remember that there is no connection between -1 and Px. All 3 p orbitals are degenerate, that means they have same energy. In the same way, when the value of L is 2, total orientations are 5, starting from -2 to +2. Therefore, there are total 5 d orbitals. These are dxy, dxz, dyz, dx square dash y square and dz square. Dxy means the lobes of the d orbital are between x and y axis. So there are total 3 orbitals which are in between the axis, and there are 2 orbitals which are along the axis. For example, dx square dash y square means the lobes of the d orbital are along x and y axis. In the case of dz square, both the lobes are along z axis. So there are total 5 d orbitals. In the same way, when the value of L is 3, total orientations are 7, that is from -3 to +3. Hence there are total 7 f orbitals. Now as we have understood that when the value of n is 4, the value of L is 3, and hence there are total 7 orientations, that is ml values from -3 to +3, we know that the electron is in the 4th shell, it is in the f orbital, and according to ml values it is placed into the particular f orbital. Now if there are two electrons which have same n value, L value and ml values, but still they will have the 4th set, that is the spin quantum number different. Let us understand with the help of spin quantum number. It is denoted by the small letter ms and it describes the spin of an electron. It has the values +1/2 or -1/2. It indicates the spin of an electron. +1/2 stands for the electron is moving into the clockwise direction. As we know that the orbital is the place where electron spends its most of the time, and in one orbital there can be 2 electrons. Now these 2 electrons will always have opposite spins. Value of ms +1/2 indicates the electron is moving into the clockwise direction, and it is shown by the half upward arrow. The value of ms -1/2 indicates the electron is revolving around the nucleus in anti-clockwise direction, and it is shown by the downward arrow. Now as per the Pauli's exclusion principle, we can again understand that if there are two electrons which have same principal quantum number 2, which also have same quantum number L as 0 and 1, which also has the same value of ml, that is -1, 0, +1, but still they will have different spin quantum numbers. One will have +1/2, that means one will be revolving around the nucleus in clockwise direction, and one will be moving in anti-clockwise direction, which is shown by -1/2. Hence there will be no two electrons which will have all 4 sets of quantum numbers same. Thank you.